Yeah, we're gonna really just jump into the story straight away because there's nothing really else that I want to do in Honkai. There's like no grind to do until we get the daily reset, which is in like an hour. So we're not really gonna waffle around a bit trying to do anything. So yeah, a quick rundown of how story mode goes again. We just kind of go into the story mode. We do as much story as we can. I go through it without really interacting with chat because it's going to be uploaded as essentially like a standalone chapter video. We go through the story and have a bit of an opinion, go through it, try to understand it, and have a good time, really. So with that, there's a bit of a different like format that they've kind of created. So yeah, with that known and how that's going to function, let's get into a bit of story. Let's get into it. Pardon me. I may turn up the game if it is a bit too soft, but generally, because I obviously read it, because I don't understand Japanese. Here we are. Oh my god. Oh. Yokoso. Watashi no Soul Society. Soul to Snow Holy City. The name really suits it, huh? It's the first time seeing architecture so magical, it's like being in a movie. Am I dreaming? Bubble universes are fun. In a bubble universe, the strangest and most unusual sights might be everyday occurrences. Hold up. Shut up, Kira. Shut your mouth. There we go. In a bubble universe, the strangest and most unusual sights might be everyday occurrences. So we need to appreciate the view and accept how things work around here, Susanna. You know my name? Only someone who's traveled the bubble universes can be so carefree, huh? Wait, you know my name? Susanna, and you are Seely, right? But how do you know us? Don't worry, this is really the first time we've met. As for your names, that's how you called each other when you were looking for the light salt. So I didn't mean to eavesdrop on you, that was rude of me. We've already come this far. Is it because of those musical notes? Yes, the ability to control musical notes is convenient, but accidents can happen. If you get the range or frequency wrong, you might hear things you weren't expecting. Now I get it, like an old-fashioned radio receiving the wrong channel, right? Sure, but couldn't you draw a cuter analogy? It appears that this drifter is sloppier than she looks. As if reading her mind, the drifter winked at her. You're Shixel Valkyries, right? Yes, we are. How did you know? Isn't it obvious we're wearing Shixel's Valkyries battle suits? I'm not familiar with the style, but it looks like the core tech has remained mostly the same. You have traveled the Sea of Quanta. You've seen a lot. Well, then an introduction is in order. I'm Susanna, a B-rank Valkyrie of the Immortal Blades that directly serves Shixel HQ. And I'm Shixel Reserve and Susanna's partner, Seely. Seely may be a reserve, but don't let that fool you. She's around when Shixel made major changes and had a hand in saving the world. She really is something. Come on, Susanna. Immortal Blades, so you're with them. In any case, maybe you've heard of me. Seeing how I was once a Valkyrie, your predecessor in a way. Where to begin? Could you give me a moment? Maybe a name? A name goes a long way. It's not often that I get to meet new generation of Valkyries. As your predecessor, I'm a bit nervous. Time to tell you my story. Now, surely you can just hit it with a name, right? It was a past filled with smoke, blood, and tears. Years ago, Shixel put together a special squad in response to extremely dangerous Honkai crisis. The team consisted of the greatest Valkyries of their time, the cream of the crop. And among them was one A-rank Valkyrie who was unworthy of her position. She lacked talent and struggled to keep up, but nonetheless, she was proud to fight alongside her idols. Sounds like Susanna. In a battle against Honkai, she came across an extremely powerful enemy and was caught in the bitter fight with her partner. To give their team a chance, they were willing to fight to the death. But luckily, with the help of an alien civilization, she was able to survive and settle down in a bubble universe, even becoming a local idol. An idol? Is that kind of idol we know, on stage? Well, that shouldn't matter to a Valkyrie, no? Being a Valkyrie is hard, definitely. Anyway, after a couple of other things, she left for a new adventure, began drifting into the Sea of Quanta, and met two reliable junior Valkyries in a snow-covered universe. That's very amazing. And after that story, I'm sure you can guess who I am. I'm none other than the sole survivor of Squad Snow Wolf, former Shixel A-rank Valkyrie named Solar Prominence Shigure Kira. I'm also... By the look of it, you've never heard of me. Yeah, I'm sorry. Of course, I long left Shixel in your perspective. I've long left Shixel in your perspective, fair enough. It's no surprise you haven't heard of me. But you must have at least heard of Squad Snowwolf, the legendary team I was in, right? It's been many years, I'm not surprised you haven't. Squad Snowwolf. Cecilia Samar. Miss Shigure Kira, were you a subordinate of Cecilia? I've never met such a powerful Valkyrie. Am I dreaming? This can't be real. Whoa there, calm down. I've never met a legendary Valkyrie such as you in person before. Can I admire you a bit more closely? Admire? Wait just a minute here. What's up with this kid? I'll always remember Senpai's glorious past and never forget it. Are you sure you're letting her join your team? Afterwards, Susanna had calmed down. She, along with Seely, told Shigure everything that was happening in the real world. Doom and gloom, apparently. So much has happened in the real world beyond transcending finality. Good to know everything's been settled. So you were sent by Overseer Teresa to investigate this bubble universe. Well, you're not exactly wrong. It's just too complex to explain. We're on a mission, but we aren't supposed to be here. You couldn't have fallen in here by accident, could you? Actually, that's what happened. To be more precise, though, we were led to this bubble universe by someone. They told Shigeru Akira how they came to this bubble universe. Although the initiator hasn't appeared yet, I presume I know that certain someone. Could they actually be Kira-senpai? Isn't that why you were separated from your companion? Seems like it. We searched all over the place but couldn't find any trace of her. Well then, do you want to search on the other side of the gate? See the city below that giant tower? That's Salt Snow's Holy City main urban center. There's convenient transportation and great signal. The Wi-Fi is to die for. If your friend is in this bubble universe, you should ask around down there. The Wi-Fi is to die for, dude. There you go, Seely. We'll find her for sure. After all, you're one. You two. Yep. Thanks, Susanna. You're right. I should trust her and us. That's right. I don't know you three's history, but often team trust is far more important than individual competence. Us three, right? We just got here. There's still so much unclear. Maybe we should skip the details. Usually skipping the details isn't good. Seely began describing her other self, leaving out certain details. Although she was bad at lying, thanks to Susanna's cooperation, Shigeru Kira easily accepted the fact that they shared one name with her twin sister. Then I'll accompany you. Technically, it's my second time here. You guys are new and don't know much about this bubble universe, so it'd be better if we stick together, no? Well, of course. What a treat to work with such a legendary Valkyrie. Thanks, Kira. But we're not putting you out, are we? Don't worry. We'll all just be drifting in the Sea of Quanta. It's only natural we help each other out. Besides, I was originally looking into something. We're kind of going in the same direction. You're looking into something. Is it something we can help with? Alright, why are you in this bubble universe? Make a guess. You're on a top secret mission. Even after leaving Shixel, you're still on the front lines, or you're still on the front lines fighting all sort of disasters and safeguarding the Sea of Quanta. Don't worry. As Valkyries, your secret is safe with us. I'm here for a very personal reason, actually. Yo? Question marks all around? I'm just looking for what every idol wants. It's special item that'll give me an angelic voice. Special item that'll give you an angelic voice. Keep this secret a safe. Keep this secret a safe? That's not a sentence. Keep this a safe secret. Or keep this a secret. Who fuck knows? After all, that's a trade secret concerning my idol identity. Sure. Oh, we can't even walk there? It's a door. Oh, dude, that's actually disappointing. That's a bit disappointing. No shot is it gonna look the same as the other city, right? Oh, there's a cat. The snow felt as soft as sand underfoot. The ceilings of wooden houses made neat rows on either side. After passing through a snow-covered country road, they were greeted by a peaceful, snowy town. Aside from the tower, it's not all that different from the real world. Let's ask the residents for information. Doo-doo. There's a cat. Hello there, old man. You're not around from here, are you, huh? How'd you know? I may be old, but my memory hasn't gone bad. It's hard to forget girls dressed especially like you. Perfect, so you've seen a girl dressed like us. She's our friend and we got separated. No, there hasn't been any outsiders for a few days now. Okay. Don't be in such a rush, I'll show you how to find her. You just need to pray. The old man told them to close their mouths and eyes and put their palms together in the direction of the tower. Your wish will be granted, just do as I did, devoutly meditate on your wish, and the great sage will deliver your friend back to you. Can you feel the great sage guiding you? Yeah. It can't be helped, this place isn't as developed as the real world. We're best off asking others. Oh. There's another woman. Hello. Hello, lady. Have you seen a girl? She looks like me, but in a black dress. Haven't seen her. Tell you what, I'll keep an eye out for you. If she spends the night here, I'll let you know. Thank you so much. On that note, have you found anywhere to stay tonight? My inn is conveniently located and the neighbors are friendly. Oh, and I don't know where the girl next door ran off to, but no worries, it's pretty safe around here. It's about time to hit the hay, so why not spend the night? If you can't find a place, it'll be rough going. You really know how to do business. Look at the daylight. It's not even late yet. You must be joking. I may have only just started this business according to the Great Sage's counsel, but I doubt I'd misremember the time. Assisty? What time is it? A monotone voice chimed in from beside the inn owner. Then a hologram screen appeared right before our eyes. It's... Damn. 22:16 p.m. Nice. Time to get some rest. It's already late, but it isn't even dark outside. You have greater sense of humor, why would the sky change colors? Eventually, they politely declined the invitation to stay the night. Why would the sky change colors, eh? So we're in a world of perpetual daylight. No wonder there's no pedestrians on the streets, even though it's so bright out. But hasn't Kira-senpai been here before? Was it not dark when you came here last time? Well, last time there was a hiccup, so I didn't stay in the bubble universe for long. You weren't here for a whole day? Less than an hour, actually. But if this is a world where day and night are virtually indistinguishable, why would their concept of time be identical to the real world's? Well, just then, it was 22:16 p.m. in the Holy City time, nighttime in their concept, but since the sky never changes, how did they define noon and midnight? Exactly. In the real world, we can accurately measure 12 o'clock by the position of the sky, so how do they know it? It just seems odd that they tell the time the same way that we do, and the assisty he was talking to looks like a lot like an AI back home. Seeing that kind of tech in a city like this is stranger than seeing a living alien. Aliens might really exist, by the way. Remember what I said, bubble universes are unique? Put another way, the authority governing this world is different from the real world, so things may not always conform to common sense. Nonsensical but logically valid, like Alice in Wonderland or The Wizard of Oz. But unlike in those stories, we aren't bound by what's been written. Let's ask around a bit more before we call it a day, shall we? Yeah, okay, Assisty is like, just a Prometheus, essentially. Oh, is this a man or a woman? A man. Ugh. Hello! May the wise spirit of the high strike whoever disturbs my sleep with lightning. What a wise spirit is that violent? We just wanted to ask. A muffled clamor suddenly came from the distance. The man was jolted out of sleep. That's it? Is there no end? No time to explain, I need to get to the emergency shelter. The sage's envoy should come to calm all this calamity soon. You should try to find somewhere to hide before then. Before they could say anything, he slipped out into the backside, leaving only a cold door in their sight. The guy didn't make any sense. Well, there's apparently a calamity. A calamity, calamity. Ooh, more puzzle. Playing a game with full keyboard controls after not doing it for a while is a bit difficult. Damn. I'm not reading dialogue during combat because that's kind of fucking dumb. Durandal said the same thing. Dum da dum. Da 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 dum dum. As Shixel-senpai, allow me to teach you some skills that will help you fight here in the bubble universe. Just use this mechanism that one-shots them. Inscribed Whisper, light after a short delay, deal fire damage to the enemy with the most HP. Is that it? Life isn't easy in a bubble universe, eh? Ding da ding. Dee 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 ding. How did this happen? Oh no. Has something gone wrong? Oh, a new enemy. Oh shit. White Sword of Damocles. A shield is unique in property, so it can not be broken in the usual way. The special shields of different enemies require different methods to break. Pay attention to the information under their nameplates. Inflict debuffs on the White Sword of Damocles to break a shield. Can absorb ailments including freeze, paralyze, stun, ignite, and bleed. Each absorption consumes 1 bar of the shield. The shield reduces damage while active. That's kind of cool, like a status effect enemy. That's pretty cool. Bit of status effect requirement. We're just gonna let her walk away. Fair enough. Hello there. Are you okay? Are you hurt? That was awesome. I haven't seen anyone that good in ages. Don't worry, thanks to you guys, nothing happened to me. Before Celia had the time to react, the woman in front of her had already checked her up and down like a butterfly to a flower. It's rare to see so perfect a girl. I must have looked like an idiot, but I just couldn't stop looking. Indeed, Celia, your form was immaculate. I couldn't look away. And I wasn't that good. You're shy. I mean it, the way you came down to fend off enemies for me was powerful and beautiful. Just like a spirit of legend. I'm sorry, I don't even know your name yet, Miss Spirit. Miss Spirit. Oh, it's nothing, don't worry. Don't tease her so much, otherwise Miss Spirit's face over here is gonna boil red. Oh, Kira-senpai, not you too. Sorry, yes. After a tense battle, her joke put the girls at ease. After half a minute, you're an energetic one. All that activity and you're talking like nothing happened. Well, these monsters come around the holy city once in a while, so I'm used to it. It's not a bad timing. No, it's bad timing that the Grey Sage's Oracle mistook me for a monster, though, besides, even if I were hurt, that wouldn't keep me from talking. It's just a scratch, but I'd suffocate if I go the whole day without talking. Fair enough. So the one we just fought was an Oracle. Alright, my fault. I almost forgot. You are new here, eh? Yes, welcome to the Salt Snow Holy City. The change of the topic caught Celia by surprise. Well, how'd you know? I know everyone in the city. There's no one I haven't met. You know, I can imagine. So we'll be friends too, yeah? It's not because I'm fascinated by outsiders or your great fighters. I just love being around interesting people and hearing them talk about their life. It's like I get to live vicariously through them. Isn't that fun? Not to mention, you saved my life. As far as I'm concerned, that makes us friends. So you wouldn't turn me down, right? Consider us friends then. I knew you'd say yes. Well then, it's time for this friend to be a good host. Gonna take us to your humble abode. My name is Vita. Bite your bottom lip a bit for the V, and flick your tongue at the back of your teeth for the ta. Vita? Yokoso! I'll always be by your side, friends. Yeah, friendship. Alright. Upgrading Inscribed Whispers provides 500 XP. This is the Inscribed Whisper. You just obtain, equip Inscribed Whispers, and you will gain different active skills that alter your battle experience. Okay. Learning a bit. The following story begin in another area. You can switch areas here. This is the country of iron sand. Huh. This is the slot of Inscribed Whisper. Here you can equip 2 Inscribed Whispers of the different properties. Okay. Casting a skill increases the team's SP by 10. Sure. Don't really have much of a choice. After a short delay, deal 137,000 fire damage. The enemy with the highest HP once. Okay. That's it? There's nothing else to it? I thought there would be more to this. Oh, fair enough. Alright, next thing, next stage. I'm sure there's like gonna be like a few of them. Now we play as what's her name? Valona. Valona. Meanwhile, in the middle of another strange land covered in black sand, the miserable conversation was dragging on. Perhaps more of an interrogation than a conversation. So we kind of switch between these two teams. That's all we really know, Miss Seely. In all this time, you're still the only one we know to maintain a human form. We don't have any real form, so we can't even touch this moon rock, so how could we possibly know what's deep inside it? Maybe Miss Seely is seeing things because she misses her companion so much. And as Seely grips on the chains tightened, the dull flame immediately fell silent. Keep talking. You may already be on the ooze of nothing, but I wouldn't mind making you even more abstract. The flames cowered in silence and drifted further from Seely. You can do your worst, but we still can't get the answers you're looking for. Seely exhaled in arrogance, or annoyance rather. She knew that there was no point in getting angry, yet the fleeting warmth of a new moments earlier was the nameless fire burning at the bottom of her heart. At the moment she found it even harder to accept this failure. We were so close, I should have grabbed that hand. We're the same person after all. The same person, that's right. Instead of wasting time in one place, it makes more sense to find a way out. What's up, Seely? If you're looking for clues on how to escape, there's a place that might be of use. I'm listening. It's over there. Zooming. The largest oasis city in the country of iron sand. Full moon lights reflection, and I am full of energy. You barely have a body and you're talking about it being full of energy. Yes, because energy is not physical. Why did you come here anyway? Just because it's a city? It's a city upon which the moon never sets. By the light of that moon, the inhabitants of the country of iron sand gain life again under the guidance of the great sage. This is also the city closest to the newly living. The newly living, is that what they call those that leave this bubble universe? Back at the border, you mentioned a sage. What's that about? Is it a trivial little ball of fire like you, or something more conspicuous? Conspicuous, rather, not conspicuous. Conspicuous. The Holy Sage's appearance is far more majestic than ours. For the country of iron sand, the sage is equal to a god. The sage brings light and guidance to the land in darkness, and when we are devout enough, the sage will send down grace and give us new life. But if you're curious what the sage looks like, none of the legends say. I think the sage is a tall, handsome young man, and even if it's just a flame, it must be as bright as the moonlight. These legends sound pretty vague to me. How devout is devout enough, and how is new life given? And finally, since you've never seen the sage, you've never seen anyone's life restored before, right? Well, we've never seen the sage, but the sage's light is the truth. Right. Had we seen the sage, we'd be given new life and wouldn't be here talking to you. Okay, being angry at them isn't going to help. True and real. Hey, what's up, Hirsch and Bella? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great old days. Welcome, welcome. Doom da doom. Welcome to the country of iron sand. It's been a while since I've seen someone that can maintain a human form. Can I help with anything? What do you know about the sage? Well, who doesn't know about our miraculous sage? They told Seely about the legend of the sage, which was similar to what she had been told before. These vague stories are surprisingly consistent. It looks like we're not going to learn anything from here. Let's find someone else. Indeed. Hello. The moonlight is so bright. Hey, let me ask you something. Do you know about the sage? The great sage, of course. The great sage guides us through destiny and helps us regain... Who is this great sage? What kind of joke is this? Don't be cross with him. He's about to disappear. What do you mean? The moonlight isn't gone and its form is still intact. According to you, it's alive and well. Why would it disappear? Well, it's not exactly clear to us, but you have to believe us, we aren't lying to you. Every once in a while, there will be someone that forgets something about themselves, and soon after they disappear. Is their existence tied to memory or something? Are you guys, you will end up like this? No, it doesn't happen to everyone. As for who and why they disappear, perhaps all you can do is pray. Okay. Next one. After asking about the sage, she got a similar response. Pretty much nothing. No fucking information. Okay, next one. Hello. Where is it? Do you know the Iron Sand Sage? Of course. I know him personally. They told Celia the legend of the sage, which was similar to what she had been told before. It's the same answer. Seems like a consensus of the sage guy here is practically a hive mind. Is there no more questions? I need to keep looking for my home. You don't even remember where your home is? All that's left is your name. My name? Right, what was my name again? I get the feeling you guys don't have the best memory. Well, don't worry, I've seen this before. He'll remember soon enough. Huh? It's true, when people first arrive here, they don't remember much, but the memories begin to come back with them slowly. But how is that any different from the one we just saw? Well, of course it's different. This one hasn't remembered yet, the other one has forgotten. The proof is that he knows the great sage like the rest of us. Yes, after a little while, he'll remember it was the same for us. So you have an incomplete memory too. Well, probably. But when you think about it, how can you remember what you don't remember? Makes sense, right? Like, if you know what you're waiting for, why wait? I don't really get it, but alright. Oh. He's running. Bored. Miss Celia, the sage's legends are more or less the same. Do we really need to continue our investigation? It seems so. This is a waste of time. Are you guys talking about the Great Sage? Do you know the story of the Great Sages descending upon the country of Iron Sand? Descending, you say? Yes, descending. Yes, the Great Sage has already come and is leading us to a new life. Seriously? If this Great Sage is so great, why are you still doing here? Not everyone yearns for new life. I'm still attached to my life here, so I'll stay in the country of Iron Sand for now. But many of my neighbors and friends have followed in the footsteps of the Great Sage. Oh. In that case, where is this Great Sage now? I need to find this sage. Well, since you're all interested, you can come with me. Ding, 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 ding. Can't believe this guy's real. Maybe it's just a bunch of unfounded rumors. Forget it, let's just go and see what this is all about. The Great Sage is up ahead. Soon we will be reborn. It makes me nervous just thinking about it. Me too. Shut up, everyone. If the Sage really has special powers, maybe this is my chance to get out of here. And if all this is a hoax, I'll just be back to square one. It's as simple as that. Celia had prepared herself for all possibilities, but reality sometimes could be stranger than fiction. Oh, really? Senti's the sage? Wait a second. Why are you here? There are no more missions in this area. Switch to go back. See, I know I'm not going to be a fan of this back and forth, I'll be honest. I'm already not a fan of it. Having to go back and forth between two different storylines is kind of odd to me. Here you can review the cleared main story in Elder Enigma, so you can access the Net of Whispers and Inscription Ordeal. Expend mixed colored runes to play the Net of Whispers and obtain inscribed whispers, or the corresponding properties and upgrade materials. Clear it a number of times, you can unlock the advanced Net of Whispers that rewards inscribed whispers and grant more materials. Go. Okay, I guess we're doing this. Sorry, but yeah, I'll catch up here. I have a rival, just watch a PGR Thoughts video. Nice, thank you for watching. 50 summons and I got S rank, but it wasn't Garnet. Oh, my condolences. That's exactly the enemy I targeted. From what I know, it's easy to get pity, but there's no guaranteed pity. Yeah, that's from my understanding as well. Sandy best character. A bit overused. A bit overused character, but sure, we'll go with it. What can't she do? If she can do anything, why does she just do anything? Boom. Boom, ba, boom. Okay, we'll do this stage and then we'll go back to the story, because I didn't really want to do this. But apparently I loved forced tutorials, and that's why we have to do this. Boom, ba boom, ba 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 boom. Bang! Da-doom, da-doom, doom, da-doom, doom. She's more of a meme these days, and devs have embraced it. I really don't care, though. I think she's overused and needs to kind of, like, take a step back and kind of bring in some new concepts. Sentience is just overpowered at this point. I'd like to just see a new character. Congrats on clearing. Your reward is new inscribed whispers and upgrade materials. Okay. $166,000. Now it does 268,000. Understandable. What is this? Okay, that's that progress thing. Yeah, okay, we should be fine. I probably should do one more, so on the reset we can have enough, but I don't doubt that we'll get through all the story before then. I think it's made her better. I think it's kind of ruined the kind of the story though. She's just technically the most overpowered unit, as she does almost anything. They're gonna put Sanada. Yeah, they're gonna put Sanada Yukimura. I have no idea who that is, but yeah. I see Sealy, Susanna, Shigure, all nice names. My name is Vita. You can just feel the wind and smell the woods, can't you? How do you get all that from a name? Well, you got to use a little imagination, Susanna. For example, Miss Spirit, who I mentioned earlier, seeing Sealy startled as expected, brought a contented smile to Vita's lips. Okay, no more teasing, so why did you all come here then? You're very skilled, so I imagine you're not just going to be here on vacation. Well, actually, we're looking for our missing companion. Sealy told Vita all about who they were looking for. For the first time, Vita seemed confused. Now, that is a bit tricky. Had I seen someone like that, I'd remember. Let me ask, assisty. The hologram screen appeared from before reappeared, accompanied by a cold beeping. How can I help? There it is again. What's going on? Alright, you're new here, so I'm guessing you haven't met her. This is Assisty. I wasn't asking about her name. If I'm not mistaken, this is an artificial intelligence, right? Artificial intelligence? This is the first time I've heard anyone call Assisty that. But Assisty is intelligent for sure. She's not only answers our questions, but also helps the sage govern the holy city. Conducting censuses, delegating work, calculating taxes, and helping with the facility construction, none of it would be possible without her. Sure, but that's just artificial intelligence. So, do you know who made Assisty? Well, your questions keep getting weirder and weirder. Everyone knows Assisty is just Assisty. It seems we've gotten off topic here. Assisty, have you ever met anyone that looks like me? I apologize, I cannot find the information you are looking for. You're asking some tough questions, even Assisty doesn't know the answer. But no need to give up just yet. I may know where your companion is, but I may not know where it is, but I know who does. Who? So far, but so near. Vita lifted her hand, the sage, and pointed to the white crystal tower at the end of the road. That tower can answer any questions like Assisty can. Well, of course it can't, but the one inside can. It's said that the sage of the high tower who watches over the holy city lives at its top. Sage of the high tower? Yep. Legend says she's both omnipotent and omniscient. True and real. everyone here believes in the Sage of the High Tower. We owe our peaceful life to her. If the Sage is as powerful as everyone says she is, she'll know exactly where your companion is. She sounds pretty powerful, like one of those legends about Overseer Otto. But would someone so high and mighty receive us so easily? Well, probably not, no. The Sage lives in seclusion, even on important occasions like sermons. She's represented by envoys. Everyone in the Holy City wants to meet the Sage, but you can count those lucky enough to meet her on one hand. What a lonely person. Yes, a lonely and unfortunate person. But if that's true, is there nothing we can do? Don't worry, I might not be able to help you with the Sage directly, but I can still help. I'm Vita after all. I'll take you to someone that has or was led by an envoy to see the sage's back. We saw the sage's back? Nice. Hers to avoid sentient Veliona, that was the reason I played. Fair enough, man. It's a great honor to be recognized by her, indeed. Damn, that did not sound like a sneeze. That just sounded like someone breathing out very loudly. The sneeze seemed to set Susanna off. She only stopped after sneezing a dozen times in a row. That's strange. When did the battlesuit's thermoregulator shut itself down? It's so cold. You're not cold, Vita? Not at all. You need a thermoregulator to move around? You're not very experienced, Susanna. I'm not used to life in the snowy countryside, and I don't know if it's good or bad that I came just in time for winter. Are you serious, winter? You don't mean that this place doesn't have nights and seasons? All 4 seasons are the same. What's covering the city here isn't snow. It's just dust. It's salt. You fucking idiot. Salt Snow City? Holy crap, dude. Get the picture. It's fucking salt, dude. That's weird salt. She's the she can only sue and Sue talks about her video Elysian Realm optional dialogue. Sure, I don't know, probably not. It looks like Sue, I don't think it's confirmed to be Sue though. Sandra Yukimura is among the stigma aren't like Shigeru Kira, but I heard in law she is alive currently. I have no idea who Sana Yukimura still to this day is. My apologies. Wait, how come the flavor I taste is so different from yours? Because Kira dabbed her index finger in the snow, but put her middle finger in her mouth. Whoa, trickery! You have keen eyes. No, Kira-senpai, I trusted you. To be honest, I didn't think you'd fall for it. It was mean of me to laugh at you, though. I apologize, Susanna. You don't have to go that far. If we think about it, Salt Snow City means the snow here tastes like salt. No wonder it's so bitter and salty. Congrats on getting it right, albeit a tad too late. What about Seely? Did you know all along? Well, I only realized that after she said it, this isn't snow. Had I realized earlier, I would have warned you. Me and my bad luck, eh? From my point of view, as Shixel Valkyries, you're too defenseless. Lucky I only asked you to taste salt. What if it was poison? Well, I'm still a bit too immature. But Susanna, sincerity is your greatest strength. In this regard, I must learn from you. Seely, Vita, I hope so. Alright then, no more dallying, let's move on. No more dawdling. When did Kira-senpai have time to learn it was salt? Oh, it's the man. That's Uncle Pankaj? Panka. Who knows? The man in the doorway they had met earlier was dozing off, still looking too sleepy to bother with anyone. Who's disturbing my sleep now? Uncle Pankaj? If you want to sleep so badly, why come out? What are you doing here, Vita? The monsters bothering the city are back, don't wander out. The monsters have been dealt with. Fantastic, praise the great sage. I think we should be thanking them instead. They are my new friends, they rescued me just now. The man clicked his tongue as he looked at them, his expression no longer annoyed. I didn't know you were friends of Vita's, I'm sorry about my attitude earlier. And since you saved her, that makes you friends of mine. Will you come in for some tea? Next time. We still have time to need to find Grandpa K? We'll talk later. Mr. Kai, I heard he isn't doing well right now. It's best not to bother him. Don't worry. He won't mind. We're going now. See you later. I have to take them to meet Grandpa K. Thanks. Yeah, the sense of agency is really just like just not here, is it? Don't worry, I have to do something. Continues to talk to every NPC available. Oh my god, good morning, Vita. Good morning, Royce. Now, how you feeling? Did the herbal tea I gave you last night help? I need to go to the border town. I'll be back to bring you more. Don't worry, there's still plenty on back and cookies tomorrow. You should come over and grab a few. Sure, I will, thanks. Beta sure is popular. Do you want to go to the career selection in a few days with me? Yeah, I'll get back to you on that. I still don't know if I want to go or not. But the Great Sage's envoy will make an appearance. It'd be a shame to miss that, right? That's the Sage's right hand. People really love this Sage, don't they? Even her envoy sounds mighty. The Great Sage is everywhere and all capable. Without her, we wouldn't have all that we have now. For example, the flour and oven I used to bake cookies came from the Great Sage. I'm not sure if that's something you consider mighty or not, though. Alright, Royce, relax, buddy. You know my friends are outsiders. They don't know about the Great Sage's feats. I was just about to tell them, though. Well, you should let them know just how great the Great Sage is, so they show some fucking respect, these peasant idiots. Don't worry, I will tell them. These people who actually worship the Great Sage. It's probably the best to follow suit. And that's all we can do. Indeed, that's all we can do. From the lore, told from Sue, female Sue would be the most powerful character in the Honkai verse. She's also the most evil, and there's no confirmation of what she looks like or her name. The Holy City is quiet today. I wonder if it's because there were monsters and everyone went hiding. Quiet, do you get the parade every time you go out? Or as they'd probably have here, a sage's procession. I could never compare to her. At best, we're surrounded by a similar number of people. That's pretty impressive, though. Yes, when you said you knew everyone in town, you really meant it. We're all nice and friendly, and most importantly, interesting. Is there anyone you think isn't interesting? Well, I'd have to think about that one. It seems no one comes to mind, hee hee. Yes, I figured as much. But Grandpa K, who I'm taking to you now, he really is an interesting guy. Everyone likes him as much as they like me. And this ends up being Auto Apocalypse 2.9, or some bullshit. Knock knock, Uncle K. Weird, he isn't here. At this time, he's usually outside cooling off. But this time, there was only a silent wooden door. Vita knocked gently. Hey, Grandpa K, are you there? A moment later, the door cracked open and a pale old woman appeared out. It's Vita, come on in. Grandpa Izzy, Grandpa K. She didn't have a chance to finish asking. In the bedroom was an old, sickly man laying in bed with a handkerchief over his face. There were several younger people standing around him. Would look like neighbors and friends, no one spoke, but the scene was self-explanatory. It all happened so fast, we were just having our afternoon tea. I was going to inform you about the funeral, or before the funeral, but since you came for him. Yes, I'd bet he'd love to see you one last time, Vita. Thanks, Izzy. The Valkyries were caught completely off guard and for a moment speechless. Our condolences, we're friends of Vita's. Oh, don't worry, miss, I'm not sad. Kay's simply passed on to the afterlife. Under the Great Sage's guidance, I will see him again one day. Celia wanted to comfort her, but couldn't find the right words. Then, she suddenly discovered. The old woman wasn't sad, but just as she said, the surrealness of it all took Celia out of the somber moment and made her silently observe those in the room. It wasn't just the old woman. Everyone there watched the unbreathing. The unbreathing. What a word choice. Watched the unbreathing old man peacefully, as if they knew an afterlife just had to exist. Kira-senpai noticed it too. Celia continued to observe the people in the room quietly until her gaze crossed Vita's. Vita, standing outside the crowd, gave the girls a meaningful look and subtly pointed to the door. She wants to talk about it outside? What's up, Vita? I'm sorry, I know it's sudden, but can everyone accompany me to the light salt storage? It's customary to use light salt to guide the deceased toward the afterlife. Grandpa K has been nice to me, so I want to take some light salt for him as a final blessing. I'm sorry, I wanted to help you with your search. I didn't expect something like this to happen. What do you guys think? I'm more than happy to help. It's just that... It's just what it's about it. What's up? I get how you feel, Susanna, but don't you think it's a bit strange? Strange? I love when it just passed away, but no one seems sad. That's because they don't have a reason to be sad. This is a special world. It's as Grandma Izzy said, death doesn't mean you disappear. You just continue your life in a different world. Ooh. Do you remember the Sage of the High Tower? She has a special ability. She can travel between life and death. It's thought that the Sage reposes in the tower to pray for the dead. It's her presence that causes the light at the salt at the top of the tower to shine, and the light guides the dead to the afterlife to live in peace. We will all be reunited on the other side. Everyone in the Holy City believes this. Our faith is stronger than our sorrow. We all pray that the Sage will be reunited with our families in the future. It's great and all. You just go to where Veliona is and vice versa. It's just a constant fucking cycle, yin and yang, bro. But doesn't the Sage never make an appearance? Why do citizens believe this? It said the Sage's envoy gives sermons in the city square, preaching her power. Everyone in the city knows this. It said you've never been to the sermon? No, I have personal reasons. What do you think about this Legends of the Sage Tower of the High... or Sage of the High Tower? The usually eloquent girl was silent for a moment and then shook her head. I don't know. No one has ever seen that world with their own eyes. But if it doesn't exist or isn't how people expect it to be, to dedicate all that time and emotions in life to it would be too absurd. I'm curious if the same character? I don't think so. I guess for me, the urgency comes from existence here and the fact that Velion is gone. Good writing could lead you to false sense of security with the character leading you to a prayer. You to the player to trust his character completely just for him to be revealed as a villain. Sure. Hopefully the story is making sense. It's making... I'm not overly interested. I don't like any of these characters. Vita explained herself to the warehouse attendant, who quickly fetched the light salt for her. I'm sorry to hear about Mr. K, but there's nothing to be sad about. He'll surely live a good life in the world of the dead. Thanks. Vita said no more and silently took the light salt from the attendant. Okay, let's head back. Oh, we gotta walk there? Okay. So Sasuke Aizen is one of those characters, but unfortunately his whole story wasn't written well due to Kubo's depression. Okay. You don't really need to know every villain's side story. Sometimes having just a villain be a villain is fine. Avita was silent on the way back. Before knocking on the door, she turned back to give the Valkyries an apologetic but grateful smile. Thank you for staying with me up until now. Grandpa K wouldn't know what to do if he saw guests who came from afar, saddened by his passing. You mean, I'll stay by his side with his neighbors. It's getting late and I'd hate to make you stay up. Speaking of getting some rest, what is it? Susanna explained to Vita that about the trio's earlier refusal to spend the night at the innkeeper's place. No problem, you can just stay at my house. Are you sure? Of course, I've lived by myself for a while now, and if you don't mind bunking, there's more than enough room for 3 people. I'm planning to spend the night by Grandpa K's side, so I won't disturb your rest. Well, that's a bit... that's too much. But we don't have a place to spend the night. It'd be more impolite to refuse. We should take her up on that offer. It'd make us look cruel if we decided to stay up all night or sleep on the street. Right, if you did that, even the neighbors will take offense. So you'll wait for me. I'll go deliver the light salt and then make your sleeping arrangements. She raised her hand, gesturing everyone to wait outside for a moment. As the door closed gently behind Vita, the 3 were speechless for a bit. After a moment, Shigure gave an awkward stretch. What do you guys think? What do you mean? I mean, do you really think there's a sage with power over life and death? Yeah. I don't know. Perhaps it's as you said, anything can happen in a bubble universe. Maybe it all has to do with the rules of this bubble universe. This sage might really have supernatural powers, but she might also be a con. And if we never see her, we might never know. That's right. That seems right to me. As for Vita, what about her? I don't know what's happened, but she seems to have some sort of resentment toward the sage. Resentment? I don't know, it's just a feeling, like when she mentioned living by herself, I felt a deep sadness. Is this your special ability to sense bubble universes? Well, it's hard to say. I haven't had a similar feeling coming here, so for now, I have no way of knowing why I felt that way. Well, it seems that maybe there really is something special about this world. But before confirming anything about Vita, there's one thing we do know. At any rate, we need to meet this sage at the High Tower. That's true. Ah, back to the right side, eh? That's why Bleach is hated? I don't think it's hated, really. Sasuke in arc lasted 4 to 5, and story-wise got worse as it went along because of the writer's mental state. I'm absolutely not sure anything what you're saying is true. I think Bleach is absolutely fine and people love it. To be quite frank with you, but fair enough. The sight was so confounding that Celia had trouble fighting the urge to rub her eyes. What the heck did I just see? Good, now you will feel a hot current course through your spirit and soul. You'll feel as though you're floating above clouds and falling into the depths. Your body is becoming light, very light. Now show me those desires you hold deeply in your heart. Do not hold back, we will start from you. Almighty Great Sage, please reunite me with my beloved fiancée. Piece of cake. Boom, done. Great Sage, my request is simple. I just want to see my granddaughter that wasn't born while I was alive. Boom. If you truly are a Sage of Legend, can you bring me back to life as someone rich? Boom. Sage, I want to see my mum and dad. Boom. No need to rush, I'm here for everyone. Boom. Just imagine carefully the people and things you just mentioned and leave the rest to me. I will fulfill your wishes. Boom. The wisps eagerly agreed with the sage, while the great sage sank down in the cross-legged pose amid them, her eyes closed. Then she cast some magic whippity-dippity, causing the wisps to murmur in pleasure. Is it really you, Elena? I get to see you again. What a hardy-looking face, I could rest at ease. Is this salt? Ow, my teeth. No, these are gems, so many gems, I am rich. In joy, the wisps began to dance in a blaze around the great sage. Thanks, Miss Sage. Thank you, great sage. The wisps flocked to the great sage in thanksgiving, but she only shook her head and stood up in discontent. No, why do you keep calling me that cheesy-sounding name? Listen up, I'll teach you to say it one more time. Say it with me. Hersha of Sentience. There it is. Incredible. Hmm? Anotto? You? Didn't think I'd see you here having a good time, Miss Hirsch of Sentience? I was, until 2 seconds ago. Seely, how did you die? Nani? Look, since coming to this bubble universe, I've only seen phantoms like them. It's common sense that this place is hell, underworld, or something like that. What are you going on about? According to you, you'd also be dead. Very funny. It doesn't matter if the sky falls, the sea dries up, or Earth crumbles, I'll just keep on living. To put it in terms you can understand, I am beyond the laws of nature. My name isn't in the book of life and death. Got me? Oh, right, I almost forgot. You are a divine key, after all. You're the divine... Hey, you said that on purpose. Well, I don't know if I did that on purpose or not, but that wasn't the term I can understand. I get it. You're the other Seely, aren't you? Don't look so surprised. You think I wouldn't have noticed? 2 minds in 1 body? It's so obvious. Figures the Hirsch of Sentience would be smart. Then you already know I'm not like Seely, so you better watch what you say around me. Hee hee ha ha. What are you laughing at? You. We were in the same boat just about half a year ago. Do you really have to be so sour with me? Honestly, compared with the nicer Seely, you really are childish. Nani? Go call the other Seely so the adults can talk, otherwise this can go until the sun goes down, or... There is no sun, actually. Otherwise, this can go until the moon somehow goes down, and we still won't get anywhere. I'm childish? Ignoring Seely's reaction, the Hirsch of Sentience seemed to notice something off and eyed her suspiciously. Wait, that's not right. Seely, you have been separated. Forget the others, now you're calling me childish? Just then, a sharp sound cut through the air. You're resorting to violence. Shut it, I just have the urge to kill a Hirscher for fun. An annoying Hirscher happens to be right before me. You want to pick a fight? If you're up for it, then let me just change reality. Blah blah blah. Look at how this character fucking works. I've gotten so like used to playing very specific characters that I don't know how this lady works. I've never actually used her. Not bad, it's rare for someone your age to be that strong. You can tell people you lasted 30 seconds against the strongest Hirsch of Sentience. No, make that 50 rounds. But you can't possibly win. Are you ready to call on your helper? Helper, what are you talking about? Isn't she the one who tricked me into coming here? She tricked you into coming here? It's a long story, but it's strange you know even less than I do. You really have nothing to do with that jerk? The likelihood that this is the underworld is greater than my helping that woman. I see, you have the same problem. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. So... Oh fuck, I never understood that saying, lol. Not that I care. Alright, not so fast, I still have something to ask you. What were you doing when I got here, just playing mind games with lonely ghosts? What do you mean mind games? I'm just making their wishes come true. The legend and omniscient sage will bring them back to life. Don't you think it would be better to believe in me rather than this ridiculous fairy tale? This was the answer she expected. It was clear the Herrscher of Sentience knew no more about this world than she did. And just as Sealy was wondering what the Herrscher of Sentience was actually capable of, aside from playing silly little motion pictures, why'd you bring along a group of idiots that don't know what they're doing? Oh, now this version of it. They're not quantum monsters. What exactly are they? The ghosts know they're rushed over here with the wisps. They're still here, though. Watching little illusions, such a shame they'll be killed by that. To make sure an exception and clean up things. Oh, now we're working together. Two polar opposite characters. Very cool. When Black Wine of Theramines loses an amount of HP, she will go invisible and withdraw temporarily. She will re-engage later, but remain invisible. While invisible, a rune array forms beneath Black Wine Theramines' feet, giving away her location. Approach Wine when she's visible to make her reveal herself. After re-engaging Black Wine, sneak up on her to try to surprise. Before Black Wine Theramines performs a sneak attack, break her hit shield to send her into the Dark North state. I guess that's cool. Interested in becoming a manga artist, and a school project did some Tite Kubo, the creator of Bleach. He was my biggest inspiration. Nice. He's a great guy. Thank you. Were it not for your rescue, our souls would have been lost. Don't sweat it as nothing. What do you have to be proud about? This is your fault. But the Sand Servants have never attacked us before. Why would they now? Sand Servants? You mean those monsters just now? I've never seen anything like them in the Sea of Quanta. No, the Sand Servants aren't monsters. They're the Great Sage's loyal servants. Well, it's none of my business, but you should try not to put too much stock into this sage of yours. And don't forget, you were almost killed by an imposter. Miss, are you not the real sage? Oh, that isn't important. I'm far greater than any great sage. Alright then, I get it. Don't look at me like that. Actually, the Herrscher of Sentience explained to the people of the country of Iron Sand how she pretended to be the sage. I see. What, aren't you all mad? If you want, I can make this jerk pay for you. Don't get ahead of yourself now. No, we don't blame anyone, actually. Sure, she might not be the real sage, but thanks to her, I was able to enjoy a beautiful dream, and I'm grateful for that. Right, there's no rush. One day, the real great sage will find us. What about my gems, my riches? We'll just have to wait a bit longer one day. You really believe this in this whole sage deal, do yous? Do you not believe in the sage, miss? Me? I'm not from this bubble universe. I'm not from the country of Iron Sand. Of course I don't believe in your legends. But everyone says the people from the country of Iron Sand are our companions. The difference between you and us should be super obvious, right? For one thing, we aren't transparent. What are you looking at me like that for? Idiot, look at your body. My body? Why am I transparent now? I don't know, but what happened to living on when the sky falls and the earth crumbles? Shouldn't this be a problem for you? Oh, this shouldn't be a problem, rather. No problem at all. Wait, why have I become transparent too? Who knows? It shouldn't be a problem for you anyway, right? You guys really are one of us. You probably just haven't bathed in the moonlight recently. Bathed in the moonlight, eh? You don't think... As you can see, ladies from the outside world, we denizens of Iron Sand have lost our human form and can only glow, and only a glow marks our existence. For the glow to live on, we must often bathe in moonlight. Our bodies have become like the spirits here? What the heck are you talking about? Are we dead? Or we are, rather? Are we dead? We are dead? Wow, we were dead? Yeah, interesting. Crazy shit. Crazy shit. A night passed, eh? How did you sleep, everyone? I've shaken off the jet lag. I feel charged, ready to go. I never knew a ham omelette could taste so good. You're welcome. Would Kira like one? You must be hungry since you went out this morning. Oh, don't worry, I already ate. Anyway, now that everyone's well rested, let's start working on our action plan, such as how to negotiate with the Sage of the High Tower. Do you have any ideas, Vita? Do I ever? Is what I'd like to say, but the Sage is pretty secretive. She hardly ever comes to the Holy City, so it can be tough to get an audience with her. Can't we go to visit her at the Salt Tower directly? Unfortunately not. While the Sage rarely handles city affairs, she treats the tower with the utmost importance. She has sent many oracles to guard it and keep people out. When she mentioned the Oracle, she shrugged and gesticulated to the Valkyries, clearly impressed by yesterday's fight. Yes, makes sense. Everyone in Salt Snow Lake Holy City shit is a believer, and if she meets with everyone, she'd never get anything done. Just like an idol, Kira-senpai. Good job. Oh, Susanna, you're beginning to understand the hard life of an idol? That's good! So we need a foolproof plan to prevent conflicts and even violence before meeting the sage. And if there's no chance of getting into the tower, maybe we can wait for her to come out and talk to her then. Yeah, the residents mentioned the sage of the high tower coming out and giving sermons from time to time. We'll just be looking for our friend if we don't know the time. Celia remembered how bright last night was. For the first time in a long time, she slept alone without sensing her other self. Next to her, Susanna snored lightly, and Shigurikura slept like the Sleeping Beauty. She knew she had to get some rest, and began counting flower petals on the wall. At that moment, Vita's room seemed empty, as if no one had ever lived there. And that's when everyone realized that any work that required the sage to leave the tower had been delegated to her envoy. The envoy we're talking about is the one managing the city on behalf of the sage of the high tower. She not only guided us on building machines we couldn't dream of, but also thought up a system to help us organize work. From my perspective, it's this envoy that deserves the entire city's respect for making our lives much easier. For example, you've all seen a Sisti. Speaking off the record, I don't get why people worship someone that lives in the high tower and never leaves. It'd make more sense to worship a Sisti even. Well, some big name said, I believe, because it is absurd. But perhaps everything the envoy has done was a part of the sage's plan, right? And if that's the case, that'd be a good thing for you all, no? After all, if the sage of the high tower is just a rubber stamp, she wouldn't be able to help Celie find her companion. Well, then I think we should talk to the envoy first. Maybe she can introduce us to the sage. That makes sense, but how can we see this envoy? They maintain the order of this world, so they must be very powerful. Well, if it's just to see the sage, I have an idea. Tell us, Vita. It'd be best to see for yourself. Come with me and you'll know the right way. Let's go, everyone! Why is there just a random mech? There's just a random ass mech. It's so lively! There's a career selection regularly held after the envoy took over the city. Career selection? Is that... Oh my god, is Dr. Tesla or... I don't know. Are you interested in these tin people too? I heard they were also produced in the tower. Although the envoy taught citizens how to control these big fellas, even the brightest of them couldn't fathom how they could move. Do these machines exist in your world? There are, but, these mecha. Yes, propulsion system and design-wise, they're uncannily similar to those in our world. So these people and machines are gathered here because of that selection. That's right! Allow me to explain what the career selection is. It's where you select a career. Do you remember the system I mentioned earlier that the envoy designed to manage the whole city? The career selection is a system designed to find the most suitable job for us, for all of the Salt Snow Holy City. First, everyone provides the system with the necessary data as the great envoy taught us. The system will then analyze the data and perform complex calculations. Once completed, we'll assign the right role to the right person in the Holy City. Of course, there are also roles needed to maintain in the whole city. The system was designed to make sure that everyone finds a joy in the labor and creation. Isn't it great, as the envoy said, the right resources in the right place and the right person for the right job. And I see, so you let a system analyze the data and determine the right jobs for the people. It sounds like something right out of a sci-fi movie. But wasn't there something similar in our history textbooks? The Matsushka Kokolia dealt with a similar institution when she was young. Yes, humans always think the workings of the world are simple, which produces such immature thinking. From what we've seen, if you leave someone's career up to a program or machine, it only serves to eliminate a person's will, leading to the opposite of the intended result. Nani? For example, if someone's assigned a role they don't like, they are forced to do it anyway, correct? That sounds like a system, or like the system needs improvement. Well, let's take a step back then. Let's say the person likes the job but has other things in mind, like another job, another life. Can the system deal with that? And if the person's preferred lifestyle or career doesn't exist yet, how is the system going to run its calculations? Eventually, won't the original passions and dreams of the person or this world begin to fade or even disappear? random spie. I feel like this has been dealt with before in this game. Haven't we done this problem before? This whole, like, free will bullshit? I thought this was the whole point of World Serpent Arc. I thought we were done with that. But, man, who knows? And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cross-examine anyone. It's just I can't agree with this mechanism from my point of view. I get that it's convenient, saving everyone time and energy, but any variations to the normal cause a lot of issues. Well, it's fine. Your argument makes sense. Everyone in the Holy City thinks it's convenient, so which is probably why no one bothers about its drawbacks. But, Vita, you haven't told us why you brought us here. I almost forgot. After the selection concludes, the Great Envoy will conduct a short investiture ceremony and communicate their key points of the jobs, select the candidates in person, and so whoever gets the position will have the opportunity to talk to the Envoy face to face. And so all we need to do is take part in selection, for example, a career like warrior. It can't be that simple. Does the Envoy have roles for us outsiders? That is an issue, but come with me, there's always a way. Yeah, I feel like we've dealt with this fucking problem before, this whole, like, fucking autonomy being removed, or, like, no, not autonomy, autonomy being added and human rights being removed or some shit like that, with Kevin and whatnot, but hey, maybe that's just me. Hi! Hello, citizens of the Salt Snow, ID 004457, how may I help you? Are there any vacancies left in this selection? Checking place way, blah, blah, blah. I'm bored of this fucking quest already. I'm bored of this chapter already. Thank you for waiting! According to your input, the number of search results is 1. Yay! What is it, Vita? I see. Everyone loves going through the selection process, so the Envoy keeps adding jobs. But once in a while, strange positions which people aren't sure about, they are for appear. They don't have a fit. The positions become vacant, meaning they are unclaimed. But wouldn't that throw a wrench in the city's operations? Well, don't worry, the vacancies aren't the most productive or fundamental jobs in the city. Right. They really are some strange jobs. Allow me to correct Citizen 00457. These jobs were added by the Envoy after careful consideration to diversify the city's career system and cultural atmosphere. Perhaps they are beyond the scope of citizens' knowledge, but they are neither strange nor meaningless. Right, just like I said. I get it, Vita. You want us to take the vacant positions? What a great chance, receptionist. Is that okay? While there is no precedent for a non-local to hold a position, according to my search, it is not against the Envoy's rules. Then we can do it. But this vacancy is special. Applicants will need to pass a customized test to assume it. It's a combat test, I guess. A customized test. What exactly is this position? You have to fight the Envoy. Do we need anything to do it? It's embarrassing. Oh, no, it's a performance, my bad. Don't say that. What kind of idol are you if you can't do this? If it's just for our mission, once you get up there, you're obliged to conquer the audience with the perfect demeanor of the most glamorous smile. Wow, professional! I'll show you the reps again. Please watch closely and memorize them by heart. Okie dokie. I'll try my best. This is probably where, like, high audio would be great. This is very embarrassing. Why does Silly look like she's chronically tired as well? That's how an idol greets the audience at the end of a performance. Since we're in a hurry, I can't correct your postures or familiarize you with the performance procedures. However, if you do your starting and ending poses perfectly, you can still capture the audience's heart. I understand, but why did things turn out this way? And not too long ago. What exactly is the position? Ambassador for Cultural Prosperity, the Envoy named it. Cultural Prosperity. That sounds pretty complicated. Pretty important as well. Are we really qualified? I'd like to know the responsibilities of the Ambassador of Cultural Prosperity. According to the Envoy's records, it was created to establish a figure of significant influence and charisma throughout the whole city. This role involves singing, acting, and other aspects of the performing arts with the aim of gaining a large number of supporters. A good relationship with these supporters will allow the Ambassador for Cultural Prosperity to lead them to a high level of spirituality and expand the scope of their cultural life, thus improving life in the Holy City. Ah, wait, that sounds like the idols in our world. Idol. Please wait a moment. I found this term in the supplementary description left by the Envoy. Retrieving. Thank you for waiting. After a content comparison, the concepts of Ambassador of Cultural Prosperity and Idol have a 99.2% overlap. Aren't they practically the same thing then? We're gonna have to become idols? Then this test would be not bad. I'm gonna go over some of the essential moves then, so listen carefully. Okay, if we have to take this as Emma main performer on stage, wouldn't you be the best one for the job, Kira? Why would Celia and I... Well, that's because, actually. Best performance includes singing. But I remember we talked about this yesterday, didn't you say you're experienced in singing live? But, I injured my voice at the last show and I haven't fully recovered yet, so... haven't you been drifting in the Sea of Quanta? Your last show should be ages ago. You twerp, why are you so quick all of a sudden? Anyway, you and Celia are going to take the stage. It's an order from Senpai, and you're not allowed to say no. Okie dokie. I'll explain the key points. This movement is divided into 3 parts. Firstly, lift your left foot and bend it up to your calf and press it against your thigh. Great job. Secondly, raise your extended left arm as much as possible. Pow! And make a gesture, a cue gesture with your right hand next to your face. Nicely done. And thirdly, the most important, smile. You must smile from the bottom of your heart and making the audience happy. Yes, sir! Wha-bam! That's all. Have you memorized them? Okay. What was the first point? Okay, compared to thinking, it's easier to learn by doing. Show me the movements you learned. I should. Lift my right... Oh, fuck. Is it left foot? 1 second. Lift my left foot. Bam. I should. Lift my left foot. Raise my left arm. And then I should show a 100% smile. That feels absolutely right. You have what it takes to be an idol. Let's go. Nice. What about me? Just make a movie at this point. It's gonna take a bit longer than usual. Unfortunate. You got this, Susanna. Now you're gonna become an idol. Plus, Celia has a terrific voice and Susanna is great at dancing. You'll pass the test with flying colors. You've got this, and I'll be on the stage to support you. Let's go! What do we do? I'm so nervous that I'm shaking. You really think it'll be okay? All we can do is try, and don't worry, since it's the test, the audience shall be small. And our target isn't the exam itself. Alright, try not to think about it. Performance starts on the stage, and when you perform, you give it your 100%, set eyes on the examination stage, and go! Is there going to be a minigame event? Because that'd be kind of cool. Can there be a little bit, bit of a minigame? I usually end up skipping the story and then just using Homeworld Labs to catch up with the story when I can. Homeworld Labs is a YouTuber that does story summaries. I've watched Homeworld Labs before. I watched Homeworld Labs. He's a great guy. Did you say there would be a big audience? There wouldn't be a big audience, rather. Are you going to perform? We're all excited to see. Yes, we don't have many live events on the Holy City, so everyone came after hearing about it. Hearing about it, you say? What do? I feel like I'm going to faint. Well, how can you have a stage fright before going up there? Show them what the Valkyries are made of. The Cultural Prosperity Ambassador Selection Test will begin shortly. Please begin taking the stage. Alright, we're on. Surely you're like a little mini game, right? Come on. Oh, yes, okay. Oh, but it's like, it's gonna be miserably slower, right? Yeah. And I also have the music turned down. This was not in the choreography, by the way, Susanna. You're just making shit up now. Also, this summer music from the fucking... from the... Flame Chaser... What's it called? It's the Flame Chaser summer event. Has been used everywhere. It's kind of like overused. I messed up at the end there. This Flame Chaser summer event music is so overused, dude. Jesus fucking Christ. While there were a few hiccups along the way, Celia and Susanna managed to finish their performance rather smoothly. I missed one button. Give me a break. Your singing was brilliant, Celia. And I could watch Susanna dance forever. Celia, Celia, Celia. Susanna, Susanna, Susanna. We somehow made it through. Seems like it, all thanks to Susanna. Celia and Susanna, you guys were awesome. Yes, great people, great stuff. But it's what's next that counts. Use the moves I taught you to finish off the great show. Do I have to do it again? I have to pick the... Completely wrong. Where was the fucking left hand up? This one here? What happened to that? You fucking idiots. They fucked it up. They still fucked it up. Left hand up. Other one here somewhere. Yeah. Oh. Impeccable. Sealy Susanna did wonderful. Still... I'm so tired, even investigating in Nagazora didn't leave me this tired. Huh, great job, Sealy. Thank you to the two candidates for such a lovely performance. Next, we'd like to invite our judges to score the performance. We have to win. If I have to do that again, no way. If I have to do that one more time, I'll collapse. Huh? That's... Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. Miss Sealy, Miss Susanna, thank you for putting on a wonderful show to enrich the cultural lives of the citizens of the Salt Snow Holy City. These performances also yielded important data. I will record the change in the psychology of the citizens and consider similar festivals when the time calls for them. And for that reason, I give you a perfect score, and that's not a favor either. Wait a minute, aren't you Prometheus? The previous era AI, I read about her in the new actress combat records. And now she's the envoy that oversees the system. You're the envoy? It's true, I helped the Sage of the High Tower to develop the city's management system. In turn, the denizens designated me as the envoy. She doesn't look like she belongs in the bubble universe, but a special fragment from the moon. Like Vita that one time, my intuition in the Sea of Quanta has been temporarily restored. But before Sealy could realize what was going on, a voice rang out to steal the conversation. Looks like you're doing just fine. What's her face's sidekick? Wait, you've seen her, Kira? Wait, so you know the Great Envoy? Wow, that's awesome! It seems we need some time to sort things out. Please dismiss the surrounding citizens, receptionist. I have a personal matter to discuss with them. Yes, Envoy. Alright, so how's hair going, Prometheus? How is she? You've appeared, meaning Susanna and I didn't fall into the Sea of Quanta by coincidence. What secret in this is this bubble universe keeping? Hair is here, right? In Nagazora, we saw the traces she left, but I wasn't convinced until now. And more importantly, last time it was also hair that made the other me... Shut the fuck up, Sealy. Calm down. This bubble universe is abnormal indeed, which is exactly why we need more time to sort things out. To help you find the answer, I must tell you a journey. A journey Mistleton and I went on together.